You got a fine wife, Brother Noah.
She's a pretty good woman.
Yes, sir, and a mighty nice little home. Have a 10-cent cigar?
Thank you. Sit right down. Sit right down there.
Noah, just what seems to be the main trouble with mankind?
Well, the main trouble is the whole district is wide open. That makes for loose living. The men folks spend all their time fighting, loafing, gambling, and making bad liquor.
And what about the women?
The women is worse than the men. If they ain't making love powder, they're out big barn stealing money for deposit tickets. Doggone it, coming to church Sunday before last about an hour before the meeting was to start, and there was a lady stealing all the cloth. She was going to hock it. They ain't got no moral sense.
Terrible, terrible.
Yes, sir, and this used to be a nice, decent community. But now it seems like every time I preach the word, the place goes a little more to the dogs. The good Lord only knows what's going to happen to them.
That is the truth. What's the matter?
Got a little twitch. My book ain't, I guess. Every now and then it gets a little twitch in the knee. Might be a sign of rain.
That's just what it is. Noah, what's the most rain you've ever had around these parts?
Well, the water come down steady for about 6 days last April. The river got so swollen it bust down the levee up above Freeport. Rains came all the way down the delta.
What would you to say wasn't to rain for 40 days and 40 nights?
Well, I'd say that was a complete rain.
Noah, you don't know who I is, do you?
Well, the face is easy, but I don't recall the name. I should have known you, Lord. I should have seen the glory.
That's all right, Noah. You didn't know who I was.
I was just an old preacher Noah, Lord. And I was your servant. I ain't very much, but that's all I got.
Now, you sit down, Noah. And don't let me hear you shaming yourself. Because you's a good man. As far as I can see, you and your family is the only respectable people in the world.
They're just all poor sinners, Lord.
Yeah, I know. And I'm a God of wrath and vengeance. That's why I'm going to destroy this world.
Anything you say, Lord.
Noah, I want you to build me a boat. I want you to call it the Ark. And I want it to look like this. I want you to take 2 of every kind of animal and bird there is in the country. I want you to take seeds and sprouts and put them on that Ark. Okay, there is going to be all that rain. There's going to be a deluge, Noah, and there's going to be a flood. The levees are going to bust, and everything that's passing down is going to come loose. But they ain't going to float long. Because I'm going to make a storm that'll sink everything from a hen cook to a barn. There ain't a ship on the sea that'll be able to fight that tempest. They all got to go. Everything. Everything in this pretty world I've made. Except one thing, Noah. You and your family, and the things I said, is going to ride that storm in the Ark. And here's the way it's to be.
Yes, sir. This seems to be complete. Now about the animals. You say you want everything?
2 of everything.
That would include giraffes and hippopotamuses.
2 of everything there is.
There was a circus in town. I guess I can find them. Of course, I can get all the rabbits and possums and wild turkeys easy. Just send the boys out. But I was just wondering.
About what?
About snakes. You think you might like snakes, too?
Of course, I want snakes.
Oh, I can get snakes. Lots of them. Of course, some of them are a little dangerous. Maybe I better take a keg of liquor, too.
You can have a keg of liquor.
Yes, sir, there sure is lots of different kinds of snakes, come to think of it. There's cottonmouths, water moccasins, rattlers. Why, there must be a lot of different kinds of snakes down in the swamps. Maybe I better take 2 kegs of liquor.
I think the 1 keg is enough.
No, I better take 2 kegs. Besides, I can put one on each side of the boat and bounce the ship with them, as well as having them for medicinal uses.
You can put 1 keg in the middle of the ship.
It's just as easy to take 2 kegs, Lord.
I think the 1 keg is enough.
Yes, I know, Lord, but you see, 40 days and 40 nights.
1 keg, Lord. Yes, Lord. 1K.